We are back. Give it a second here to align. And it is bitter cold, guys. Oh my God. It is crazy cold today. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. And we are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, and TikTok. No Instagram and no Rumble. And that's okay. We're fine. For part 2, this is great. Thank you for all the support that we got this morning from TikTok. There was quite a few people. I find the morning shows do really well. We get a lot of eyeballs in for them. So thank you. I truly appreciate that. My hair is like just wild right now. I'm going to find a video and play it. This is Unconditional Love.
Feel the love awakening deep within your soul, sending waves of affection, making your heart whole. Unconditional, it's the greatest love of all. Let the bass pulse through you, answer the love's call. Appreciation and love, let them be your guide. In this world of chaos, find a safe place to hide. Unleash the power within, let it set you free. The universe will hear you, buzzing like a bee. Unconditional love, it's the key to our hearts, sending waves of affection where it all starts. Choose to feel the deep bass, let it shake your core. Unconditional love forevermore. Unconditional love, it's the key to our hearts, sending waves of affection where it all starts. Choose to feel the deep bass, let it shake your core. Unconditional love forevermore.
Great tune. Great ending. Very good. Old tune, repurposed, retooled. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Was listening to the Bell Kings this morning. We had a great show on the weekend. Couple great shows, actually. And we're ever grateful for Fireman Rich, Tony D. The key to the success of Bell Kings is for sure. Brian, Ted, thank you. We appreciate you. And anybody else who's... Glick was up too. So, we shouldn't mention the Glick. He was kind enough to come up. We were very grateful to see him. More tunes.
To be more about community. So many souls worship money and power. I choose to live for life experiences. When we build things that benefit society, we start to heal this weary and broken world. Each step we take should lift up another, turn strangers to sisters and brothers, breaking chains of greed. Let's find unity in the rhythm of our hearts, true community, dreams of change. We gotta start somewhere. I think about your sweet love. I remember the light that shines from your eyes. Time is just a man-made measurement. Don't get lost in this matrix. Believe in this magic moment unfolding in your favor. Let's rise above the chaos, together pave the path, where every single person has a chance to laugh. Through trials and tribulations, we stand tall, overcoming struggles, breaking every wall. Don't get lost in this matrix. Believe in this magic moment unfolding in your favor. Let's rise above the chaos, together pave the path, where every single person has a chance to laugh. Through trials and tribulations, we stand tall, overcoming struggles, breaking every wall. In your embrace, I find the light, a beacon in the dark. Everything feels right. Time may pass, but love remains strong. In every heartbeat, it's where we belong. So let's dance to the beat of every heartbeat. In unity, find solace, make the world complete. So let's dance to the beat of every heartbeat. In unity, find solace, make the world complete.
If you can, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that heart button. Boom, boom, boom.
Be together,
Good morning.
spread love, be respected. Compassion's like a symphony. Be forever. Let's build a world where love's the way. Everybody come and stay every single day. I like the way we vibe. Come, join the love, we feel alive. Content creators sharing joy in every upload we see. Ooh, see the kind lift up our neighbors with understanding, letting love be the highness. Let's build a world where love's the way. Everybody come and stay every single day. I like the way we vibe. Come, join the love, we feel alive. show we care. Be compassionate, take the dare. Together the light will fare. Let's build a world where love's the way. Everybody come and stay every single day. I like the way we vibe. Come, join the love we feel alive.
Some slow blues with the BB King feel that makes it feel so real.
Sunrise whispers to the trees. Wind blows soft through the leaves. Miles and miles can't keep me away. Oh, I long to be with you today. River flows with a steady grace. Life moves at its own sweet pace. Heart's a drum that beats for you. In the blues I find my truth. Wanna be with you. Nothing else will do. Wanna hold you tight in the moon's soft light. Distance makes my heart grow loud. Through the pain it stands proud. Every night I dream your name. In this blues we play the same. Morning dew under the sky, thinking of you by and by. This journey's end is overdue. All my roads, they lead to you. Oh, wanna be with you. Nothing else will do. Wanna hold you tight in the moon's soft light.
That is gorgeous. That is a beautiful track made by Suno, by yours truly. Hello, Vanessa. We see you.
Feel the love awakening deep within your soul, sending waves of affection, making your heart whole. Unconditional, it's the greatest love of all. Let the bass pulse through you, answer the love's call. Appreciation and love, let them be your guide. In In this world of chaos, find a safe place to hide. Unleash the power within, let it set you free. The universe will hear you, buzzing like a bee. Unconditional love, it's the key to our hearts. Sending waves of affection where it all starts. Choose to feel the deep bass, let it shake your core. Unconditional love forevermore. Unconditional love, it's the key to our hearts. Sending waves of affection where it all starts. Choose to feel the deep bass, let it shake your core. Unconditional love forevermore.
Heart beats fast, shadows dance and play. Ooh, yeah. Goddess whispers, guided night and day. Hey, hey. Weaving dreams with grace, feel the embrace. Love's eternal echo, smile on each face. Whoa. In her light, all darkness fades away. Feel the beat, keep the night at bay. Hey, goddess shine so bright, hold me tight. In her arms, we'll dance all night. Woo-hoo! Goddess of love, shine your light on me. Shine on me. With every heartbeat, set my spirit free. In your presence, peace divine, forever in your arms, hearts alive. Whispers in the wind, her voice I find. Every breath, I'm lost in time. Yeah. Her touch, like magic, feels so near. In her gaze, I
All right, we're back. And as you can tell, we had that rolling one into one track into another track. Now, this is one of the features that I don't know if even Tony knows about. So you can upload a show. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play some pictures. We're going to play some Bell Kings football. We're going to play the show that we did this week. And as certain subjects come up, I will put some different pictures up from time to time. We'll play the show on and off throughout the broadcast, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, the Bell Kings is exciting, especially if we can do audio. And all I have to do is push this button.
What's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Bell Kings Fantasy Football League Wild Card Weekend of the 2024 season. Wild Card Weekend Part 2. We did Part 1 last night. Good roundtable. Great having everybody up here. We're back on the regular schedule. Last night was a bonus. I am joined. I'm at Fireman Richard, the Morning Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. Rumble Studio and Twitch and X/Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Y'all check my man Fireman Richard out. Rich, how you doing, sir?
Very good, sir. Very good. Very good to be here. And good morning, Michael.
Good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm so glad to be here. I'm super grateful to see that C.J. Stroud somehow, the God-fearing man, did so well. And the couple of those runs he did, I have not seen that all year from him. So he was clutch. I guess that's the nicest way of saying it. When it mattered most,
He pulled through.
he pulled
Absolutely.
through.
He pulled
And
through.
not many players know how to do that. So
They
well
do.
done.
I agree. I agree. We're also joined by my man Michael George Bathurst. Hashtag shout MGB. Set your mind free. There you go. You're welcome.
Far beyond the worries of today.
There
Thank you.
you
You're
go.
getting
There you,
better. You're
there
getting
you go.
better.
There you go. There you go. Mike, what you got going on? What's happening?
Uh, Very little sleep, but yeah, I'm glad to be here with you. I almost totally forgot what day it was.
It's a damn shame. It's
You know what
truly a
screwed me up is we were on yesterday, and
uh-huh.
we were having
Yeah.
a,
Yeah.
a screaming match at each other, and
Oh,
then
it
and
was
then we had
heated
people
discussion.
with pads out, and they were doing this, taking notes, and okay, okay,
Heated,
I got you,
This
brother.
is
I got
why.
you, brother. Yeah.
Rich, keep your eyes on TikTok. I mean, on Rumble for any comments if you don't mind. Mike, keep your eyes on TikTok for comments if you
Yes.
don't
Thank you
mind.
for warning.
For those who are watching on those channels, we do not see TikTok and Rumble comments on this platform because we are on multi streaming. But I do thank each and everybody for being here. Gentlemen, recaps from yesterday. Go for it, please.
all I've got to say is that I guess one team we knew was going to win. That was on the second
Hmm.
game, Baltimore. They were the favorite in the first game between the Chargers and Houston. Um, Houston just they played. They came to play. Houston, they're for the first time since early in the regular season, C.J. Stroud's played like he's a quarterback that can lead the Texans deep into the playoffs, and they showed that. I don't know if they were more or less taking advantage of the mistakes that the Chargers, but the Chargers did not look like the Chargers in the regular season. That's for sure.
They did not.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. They did
Baltimore,
not.
Baltimore's just they're in that scary mode. They're primed to go all. I think they have a chance. I don't know. I was pretty impressed as far as Steelers. Um, they just couldn't put up anything as far as offense. They got a couple touchdowns, but as far as offense, Henry just ran over them. The stiff arms. Once the first stiff arm, I mean, this is like, just get the hell out of my way, and I'm like, oh, that's power right there.
That looked more like kung fu fighting,
Exactly.
right? Because he hit him right here
And he just like swatted.
under the chin, and the guy just went. It was TKO almost, and yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Get Here's the thing. Oh, I'm in no hurry to get anywhere today, but here's the thing with C.J. Stroud is that Um, I kind of felt he was half stepping the whole year, and then I saw him yesterday, and I was like, that's the guy we fell in love with last year.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
He did that one run, and I went, holy shit, that's very Lamar.
There we go.
Yeah, and Lamar, I think, and the whole Baltimore team. I was watching the feed that the Ravens have before the game,
Right.
and you get to see them play on the field, and they were nervous. You
Okay.
could tell that they did not want to have this one game and gone. They were like, I saw it about an hour before the game, and they're warming up outside, and you could see a lot of the younger players were really like, oh God, this is it. Like, we're done. If we don't get through this, we can't fall asleep through this game. And, you know, the Steelers, I thought, looked as good as the Steelers look. Like, it just, the Ravens showed up.
They did.
Exactly.
The Ravens showed up. Honestly, I was nervous about the Steelers beating them. I really was, and I'm just glad that they proved me right. Big ups to the Steelers for this season, though. I'm not gonna lie. However, Mike Tomlin has a winning record as a Steelers coach. Does he or does he not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't take that away. But I think there's some people, Tony, after last night, he's only gone to the playoffs since they last won the Super Bowl 3 times. So I think there's some people that are saying that's a little light. That you can only rest on. Okay, I've had a winning season, but when it comes to the playoffs here of late, he's not getting it done.
He has the longest drought in franchise history. I forgot what that stat was they showed last night. It was not reaching. Oh my God, what was it? One of you football fans out there, y'all put it in the comments. Longest streak. I think it was a playoff losses
Are we talking
or
about
something like that.
Russell Wilson? Who are we talking?
No, Mike Tomlin as a
Oh, Mike
coach.
Tomlin. Yeah, no, yeah,
Mike
his
Tomlin's a
playoff
coach.
record is not good. It
No,
no, no.
and that's messed up. He's got a winning record regular season, which is good, but he doesn't have much of a winning playoff record. And I forgot what that stat was. I need to.
I think
Oh,
I
I got to
think
look this
Russell
up.
Wilson looked really good for a man his age.
Right. You did.
He
Yeah.
and it just showed you the depth on offense that the Ravens have. They have so many weapons. We kind of talked about this yesterday. They have two wonderful tight ends, right? Bookends that are phenomenal. Like Isaiah Likely, he looked emotional
Right.
yesterday.
Right.
He looked over the moon that he caught a ball. Like, because a lot of times they're kind of cool and nonchalant. Andrews looked like he was ready to play, but Derrick Henry
Oh, awesome.
he looked 10 years younger to me.
And what you say, Michael, the performance yesterday, I think it almost solidifies, even if you keep Lamar Jackson. I think he's definitely a front runner right now, in my opinion, for MVP.
Yes, I want to just say
The
hello to
playoff
the
losing streak.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Thank you, the Shadow, and we have thank you for being here. 13 total viewers so far in the first 7 minutes. Thank you.
On
TikTok,
TikTok
yes, yeah.
or period. Yes, thank you. Thank you to everybody over there at TikTok. I think it was his playoff losing streak. He's got the longest losing streak for a playoff in the franchise history. I'm like, oh God.
I think we
I
know
don't
the
know what we're gonna
Shadow
do.
from Haps, but I can't correlate it. I'll figure it out.
Is
Bobby
it Dobby?
Shadow, how are we doing? Is he? How you doing? He's involved in that fire there. He's in, which if I could do, Tony, I,
Go,
I want to
go for it.
say uh, we're thinking of all the people out there that are devastated by the LA fires. Firefighters, I know
Absolutely.
one personally that's out there on the fire line right now, uh, along with all the other brother and sister firefighters. Be safe, along with emergency service and law enforcement. Be safe. It's a mind-boggling experience and stuff like that. So just to say that uh, I thoughts, I know it's sometimes people say it's lame, but I believe in the man upstairs. So our thoughts and prayers are with you folks out there in Southern California.
Do you,
Rich, you know what, Rich? Firefighting is your world. Please elaborate and continue. You are good to go. Go ahead.
yes.
Well, there was one thing I had to correct myself as far as being a career firefighter is that I thought they had those super scooper. There's two aircraft coming down from Canada that's helping out with dropping
Okay.
water. I never thought that they went in the ocean. I was
Hmm.
corrected. I stand corrected because I did some research and because that's an aspect of firefighting I never really got. I fought my share of wildland firefighters, and the worst fires, but just the fact that it's encroaching on a uh, uh, populous area, that's just mind-boggling because some of those shots of neighborhoods, it looks like a war zone as far as that goes. So
It does. I want to give a shout out to Tabishka over there on TikTok. Thank you, Tobishka, for coming through. Please continue, Rich. My apologies.
well, it just like to say, this is one of the hardest. This is one of the worst fires I think I've seen that I'm watching from the sidelines. You're watching it on TV,
Yes.
updates and stuff like that. That it's just this is one of the worst fires. Uh,
There's a lot of strange stuff going on, though,
yeah,
buddy.
but I gotta say thank you to Canada, Michael, because like I said, they're getting those. They have some super scoopers. They have some other California Fire. They're a top-notch firefighting group. They got the planes running, dumping the fire retardant. But one of the super scoopers there, the Canada's planes, I guess they got hit by a drone, and that's when in the article it said that they were. So I just for the folks that because there was some talk about using the seawater. Well, in that purpose, you can because you're scooping it up. But it's
That conversation
yeah,
came up on the app I
yeah.
was on last night. Yes, please continue with that
Well,
because
I'm
that's
just
been a
saying,
heavy topic.
it's easy. Okay, if it's the average person, you put water in a water grid, and that's the mains that feed the hydrants. You can't do that
Yes.
because that's just going to gum up. You got pumps that aren't geared for that. Where like a fireboat, they have it. So if anything, moving forward for they should get these big pumps that are able to pump that seawater inland to be able to utilize because for years and Southern California has a history of a lack of water, which can very easily be
Mhm.
taken care of. But that's another discussion there. But you can't. Firefighting equipment like fire trucks and stuff like that, they're not designed to handle salt water, but these planes evidently are. I found that out. So it just it's good news that we're starting to see on the reports where for the first 4 or 5 days nothing was being contained. That's a key element when you're watching these wildland fires, is watching that how much they've got contained. When they get up to 30-40%, they're getting a handle on the fire. But when it goes 3 days, that's what's mind-boggling.
Joe Rogan had a firefighter on about 3 months ago.
Mhm.
I didn't know I was on mute. My apologies. Mike, give me 1 second, please. Tobishka says Canada has been exceptional. We are out of water. They brought the correct equipment. So thank you to Tobishka. She is out there actually.
Yeah, they come every
Thank you.
year for the firefighter. This isn't the first time for them, so they
Gotcha.
make a regular visit for the fires they have down there.
Yes, yes, yes. Rich, thank you for that. Mike, please continue. I apologize for cutting you
No, it's
off.
okay. So Joe Rogan had a firefighter on from California, and he had great concerns 3 months ago, and he said, "We've been lucky that the winds have been light and blowing in the wrong direction." And he said, once
Mm,
they blow in the other direction, we are absolutely screwed. It will go until it
right.
hits water. And it
Michael Farrell over there on TikTok says the smelts have all the water. Wow. Wow.
have
That,
you
that, that,
seen the
Keep
that's a
going.
subject I don't want to get into. That's another discussion there and stuff. I would
have
agree
you
with
have you
that.
seen the vehicles, how the vehicles are melted, and
Mm-mm.
the there's liquid melt, the metal, and we saw this before in the fires a few years ago because they were burning so hot. The other thing is too, in a fire, most cars don't lose their tires. These are losing tires. Structures that are mostly made out of brick are now dust, except for the fireplaces. It is strange.
That's how hot the fires are getting with those winds. It's like a blowtorch with the winds. You got to remember the 100-mile-an-hour winds. What's a hurricane? Starts at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So
100 mile an hour. What is it? F1.
I thought of Tony. McDonald's was on fire. They had the sign on and everything else, and I imagine Tony in
I
there
did see that.
eating
No, I
and
did see
going,
that.
"I got to finish
I
my
did see that.
burger.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
finish
finish
my
my
burger.
burger."
You
And
damn
listen,
right.
can I get some fries to go?
Might as well because we ain't
But
staying.
sir, there's ashes and auburns on the roof. I'll be okay. I can eat quickly.
I can, unless I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, that's
LA
true too. We
folks,
didn't even talk about
California
that.
folks,
Huh, huh.
yeah, LA folks, California folks, y'all please be safe. I have seen where there was 10 million evacuation notices given out to everybody. Y'all be careful. Um,
The
you're
Hollywood
at an
sign
extreme
was on
level.
fire. It looked like a movie.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
Is
I don't
that
know if that's
true,
true. I don't
Rich?
know.
I, I, I
None
haven't
of us live out
heard
there.
anything
Live out there.
definite, so I would say
Oh,
that
you think
probably
it's AI? Is it AI that I thought?
yeah,
It
yeah.
might be, man.
Oh,
Take it
come on,
easy.
that's
Take it easy.
awful.
I think I'm not
Take it
sure if
easy.
that's in the general vicinity of
If
where the
anybody
fire.
knows if it's real
Yeah,
or not, please tell me.
Look at your
yeah.
TikTok comments, Mike. Look at your TikTok comments, Mike. I'm on it. They say it's not true.
It's okay.
Check your
Yeah,
I
TikTok
no, you're all
comments.
over it, so I'm letting you
I,
keep it.
I started hearing that comment and on social media, and I'm like, well, I'm not hearing anything because I think that's something that's an iconic structure that if we heard that, we'd be hearing it from the main. But it seems like the bulk of the fire was in the residential areas that were, in the woods and stuff. I don't think it got up on that hill. So I sort of take that with a grain of salt until I get. So if you got people right now saying it didn't, it probably more than likely is true that it didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Fear no
Tavishka
fire.
says no, no, it's not. Yeah.
Too much
No,
bull
but
crap. You ain't
you
lying,
don't
Mike.
know anymore though. That's the thing. You could think you see something on the net. It doesn't mean it's real.
Mike,
Yeah.
remember when I told
Yeah.
you one of the biggest things I got out of being on HAPS
Hmm.
was talking to people from everywhere, and they would give us what's really going on besides what we're being
Right.
told. We'll always value that when we broadcast together.
You're
And
really
the people
breaking up,
with
buddy.
us.
Is he breaking up on your side?
Am I?
No?
Not for me, no. Oh, now it
Okay.
is. Yeah, now I think, yeah,
It's
Okay.
probably because I got two windows open, so
yeah.
my bad.
Rich looks
Is
like
it
he's at a
now?
stadium. It looks great. How's the stadium there, Rich? Yeah. Oh, the Bills.
That's where they're going to be playing the game today at 1.
Yeah.
They're all set.
I'm gonna pull it up in here. What I value when we live stream together, the aspects we have from each other around the country and the world. What we get from each other being in touch with each other over the information we're fed is what always helps me out. So big ups to you for when you was in Canada last year, what you were seeing on the news. Big ups to Rich for what he tells us from where he's at. Me where I'm at, Tobishka where she's at, Michael down there. Appreciate you on TikTok. I thank all of y'all for being here because this is serious business. What's going on? Number
So
one,
so
number
where
two,
is
the
Tibishka?
accuracy over the AI.
Where is
She's
Tibishka?
in that state. She's in that state.
Okay. Is she
She's
on
in
the
that
hill
state.
right now? Is she, you know?
I don't know. I'm trying not to dox her. Inquisitive ass. Thank you for coming through. Jesus Christ. Stacey, what's going
You
on,
know
man?
what?
What's
If I
going
didn't
on?
know her and talk to her all the time, I wouldn't say anything right now. But yeah, no,
We do
they're
talk to her. We do
playful.
talk all the time.
They're playful people. Hey, listen, if she
Okay, she
wants to
put it in
come
the chat.
up,
Where she
that would be great. We had Glick
She
yesterday.
may not.
What was that?
Yes, we did. That's what I said. We talked last night too, because I jumped on the show with them last night for about an hour. Mike, I see you over there. You're in Eagle Rock. Tobishka says she's near the
Say hi
Pasadena
to
fire.
Tina
Good Lord.
on my Twitch there. Hi, Tina. Good morning.
Hi,
Yes,
Stacy.
I see what's up. Tina. I saw a video of some of the fires, an aerial shot. It looked like it was coming down the mountain towards the city. I don't know if that was an old video. I don't know if that's the current one. I'll go ahead and say it. This will be controversial, but I don't mean it to be disrespectfully. California been on fire for past 20 years. I don't know what the hell's going on out there. And this doesn't look good to me. It looks like they got the whole major city surrounded and they can't contain it or they don't have enough to deal with. Y'all just be careful and good God, if they got to tell y'all to evacuate, y'all please go. The same way we talk about the people who don't
the
evacuate
Stars
during the
got hit
hurricanes,
this
we
time.
have the same situation right now. Say
That's it.
what?
The Stars got hit this time. Like so many major stars lost houses that were worth 20,
I'm trying to
25
keep
million.
this football before I start talking smack. I want to keep this
We're
football
having
before I start
we
talking
come
smack
on, we're having
because
fun. We're having fun. Come on. So I just want to mention one thing, and I want Fireman Rich's
you always want to mention
opinion.
one thing. Can I finish?
Opinion.
Can I finish?
Just
Can I
one
finish?
opinion on it's the
Can I
same
finish?
thing. It's about the
Can I finish?
fire.
Can I finish?
Tom
Can I
Hanks.
finish?
Tom Hanks.
All I'm saying is everybody needs to be careful. If the same way to tell people to evacuate for the hurricane,
Mm-hmm.
you all may want to think about that with this fire. If the fire trucks and the tires are melting and the metal is melting,
Mm-hmm.
ladies and gentlemen, y'all, please go ahead and roll out. No disrespect. I understand. I'm sorry, but go before we can't help you. Yeah, we have seen that on more than one natural disaster over the past 5 years. Go before we can't help you. That's all I got. Go ahead, Mike.
So here's the thing I find really funny, and again, I hope it's real, and not just something someone made up. But Tom Hanks was so angry about Donald Trump getting in that he said he was going
Hmm.
to immediately move and leave the country and not come back until he left. Well, his house burnt down. I wish to God he had taken his own advice. And then I heard on CNN, which I hope is real, they said he didn't have insurance on that house, which is worth 24 million.
Toby, Toby said the 49ers have all the water. I can't with her. Coach, I see you over there. Coach, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh my God,
What you got, Rick?
we're firing up here on TikTok. Look at that.
I'm watching it. What
It,
you got, Rich?
I think it's Cantina on TikTok. That's what it's really today for you.
No, it's a little bit of haps. It's haps.
Okay.
What you got, Rich? You got anything over there?
Rich, please.
I just finishing up sending my links out here, and I got my channels are up and stuff like that. So
I'm a simple man, and I really need to know something. And I, from a person who fights fires, is it possible for tires to melt like they have, and cars to melt the way they have? Because the only way that I've ever heard of that is using pulse weapons that are lasers that burn into the ground.
if you have the intensity of heat, and if you look at the damage of the buildings, you look at most of these buildings are
Brian, sorry.
that's all right. You look at most of some of these buildings, even the buildings that are masonry and stuff like that. The contents. When I first became a firefighter, everything was wood and paper and stuff like that. That's what. But you got to look at all the other commodities. We have a lot of electronics. Once the heat gets going, that's fuel for the fire, and that's the other thing that's a hazard with the smoke compared to regular burning smoke from what we call Class A fire, paper and wood. That's just carbon and stuff. But when you throw plastics in being burnt, the winds are like a blowtorch, and these fires. All I can say is the worst fire I saw was a wildland fire out in Kansas when I was still stationed at McConnell, and there was we were in this one area, and I saw a 35 to 40-foot tree, all one flame, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, and the sound, it's terrifying, and the heat is such that you got to get out of there, and that's the thing. What we're seeing with the tires, it does. The heat is intense. It's hotter than hot, and when you get those winds, it's just like a blowtorch.
I want to give a shout out to
That's
Brian.
Yep.
Let me say what's up to Brian for being here. Brian, the original co-host, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
My man,
God,
50
get on the
grand.
good
Yeah,
foot, Brian.
What's going on here? Mike, calm down. Mike, calm down. Mike, calm down. Brian, what's going on? Toby says, you can look at trees and wind coming from the east is a bad combo. You did speak on that earlier, Toby. I didn't understand it. I hear what you're saying. I appreciate it. Mike, yes, cars are plastic, but Mike's extra. Mike's not from this country. Mike
Good
don't get out the
God.
house much. He walks his dog. He goes
I'm
back home.
so happy
Please
for
forgive me.
Brian. I thought he was going to need therapy.
Anyway.
Thank you. It worked
Yes,
out.
we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to that in a minute.
Stroud,
Finish
way
up
to
what you
go,
were saying,
brother.
Rich.
Way to
No,
go.
I'm
Calm
finished.
down,
I
Mike.
just
Calm
wanted to
down.
answer Michael's question that these fires are hotter than hot when you look at the damage of the buildings and stuff. But they're close proximity. So as soon as one gets torched, they're hopping over, and the intensity is such that maybe one dump of them, and they're not dumping the water. The water these airplanes are dumping, they're dumping them out in the wildlands. They're not dumping it on the residential because you're going to get people hurt if you get that much water dumping down on you. You're going to die because that's like concrete coming down on you. So, and the same thing with the fire retardant. So, that's why it comes down to the basic firefighter with the fire engine going in there. You got 10 houses on fire. There's no way that's an automatic. The firefighters have to go into a defensive mode.
Hell of a question over here, Rich. Hell of a question over here.
What's that?
The Wanderer Aussie. That's your
Oh,
man
okay,
from,
yeah. He's from that's Wandering Aussie. Yeah, how you doing? How's it going? Notice trees in the streets aren't burnt. But the house, yeah. But you look at the trees; those are the palm trees. They're high up and stuff. I've noticed that too. But you look around the houses, everything is devastating. There's some cases, just like we see in a hurricane, there'll be a house destroyed over here, but there's a house fully intact. There's some instances of that here where the fire is raging, but there's a barrier between them to where the fire doesn't leap over. And that's the thing, the closeness of that area of the residential areas, that's where you get that mass conflagration, as they would call it, of a fire.
I saw something recently that was beyond belief, and it was Tony D beside a lion, looking super fit, and my God, he was 23 years old, flexing, and I thought, who is this guy? I know that face, but I don't know the rest of the goodies. What is this?
Is that correct, Tony?
So you can't always believe what you see. So Brian, please tell me, with your humble CJ love, what is going on? Did you see that run?
Mike, can I host the show?
Okay.
Thank you. Sadie, thank you for coming through. Wandering also good. Appreciate you for coming through. Brian, welcome aboard. I'm going to give you a minute before Mike keeps trying to take over. You got 5 minutes before he loses his mind. Go ahead, please.
I mean, like I'm happy the team won. I was really doubtful because of how the offensive line had been a problem all season, and I knew what Jim Harbaugh would bring to the table with the squad because they are. I mean, the Chargers, turn around from how last year was and everything. So I was concerned, but then. Yeah, kudos to C.J. Stroud and Joe Mixon, but man, the Texans defense showed out. They showed out. I mean, it was pretty much it's special teams too. I mean, it was pretty much like clinic. So, yeah, very happy for the team and everything. Unfortunately, like Will Anderson Jr. and the other guy, like they got fines for unsportsmanlike conduct, which is stupid. But oh well, whatever. But other than that, I mean, and then watching Baltimore just stomp Pittsburgh yet again, like they did on their last game of the regular season. So, yeah,
didn't expect that.
I did.
I see Coachy over there. Coachy, I'm not doing this. Coachy Poo is in. What's going on, Coachy? Just told me I got to act up. Negadias, how you doing? The Texans back, and that shocked the hell out of me. I did not see the Texans winning that game. I damn sure did not see them winning by 2 touchdowns or beating the hell out of them like they did. I'm going to say it like that on purpose. They beat the hell out of the Chargers. The first half of that game did not look like they was going to come back the way they did. Big ups to the Texans. Have you all seen the breaking news this morning?
Concerning?
Mike Vrabel is about to be the head coach of the Patriots.
We knew that.
It was kind of automatic.
They knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was this Mike.
Thank you. But they've been talking about that for a month.
Oh, I have that. Okay.
Because he used to play with them. He's a former team.
Oh, okay.
And he's a culture building guy. Yeah. There was rumor about Pete Carroll too. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear that because I thought he was.
Yeah,
it would have made sense because they're the chain coach.
They're trying to have it where they can build a culture again. That's all it is. Gotcha. What the hell happened to the Titans this year, guys? Jesus, I
have no idea. We were talking about that all season. I have no damn. I thought they were going to do better. They made me look crazy.
I'll tell you one thing about the Chargers. My God, way to go, guys! To go from winning 5 games last year to get into the playoffs, to almost beating the Chiefs off of that, that field goal thing, dong. I, they are a great bunch of guys. They did their best. I just think the Texans and the gods above said, look, Brian needs some help. And there was orchestrated
Yes.
love throughout the universe. They couldn't bear the suffering anymore.
And the football gods have my full utmost gratitude.
And
They have
they,
my
You ever watched
gratitude.
2012? You ever seen the movie 2012? Mike, have you ever seen the movie 2012?
no, should I?
You are Woody, yes, you are Woody Harrelson. I want you to remember that.
I've been called worse. I really like him. I think he's
I
kind of
mean,
nuts,
no,
but really
I think
special.
he's a great actor. You are definitely him.
He is definitely.
Toby, just Toby.
I have a
You are definitely Woody Harrelson on 2012 right now. Go ahead.
I have a picture I want to show for just Brian.
Once we let Brian and Rich talk, then we're gonna get to it. Once we let Brian and Rich talk, we're gonna get to it. Brian, you got anything else you want to add besides what we done last night?
Yeah, I mean, like I was, getting things set up, just like hearing you guys talk about the wildfires and everything. So
Mhm,
basically, listening to Marcellus Wiley because he lives in LA and he showed some photos
mhm.
like this is where the fires are at where he lives, and pretty much they're kind of going through zoning like okay if you're in this area because they have it called like ready set go. He's on the ready. He's like, yeah, his wife and kids are packed. They're just waiting on the go.
Mhm.
But he was showing some photos and he kind of drove up around the neighborhood, showing like where the fires were at. Hadn't affected him yet, so that's a good resource to look into. And then also,
So, Brian, if he's showing the fires, he's relatively close. Then he's in
oh,
close.
he's close, yeah, because he's in the zone of ready. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's what I like saying. Like if anything on the ground, like Marcellus Wiley is a good reference because he showed it on his podcast. If nobody don't know, if nobody don't know who Marcellus Wiley is, he's a retired NFL player. Been in the league for a long time. He was the
Yes.
co-host of the original show Speak for Yourself, which later,
Mm,
yeah, with Jason Whitlock. Um,
yeah.
so the man knows football and everything. But also, yeah, and also too, like just reading the reports like from the LA Times and everything else, like the LA officiating are in hot water, pun intended, along with the governor Gavin Newsom, because apparently with their budget cuts and everything,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the services, a lot of the fire engines are not fit for service because they don't have the budget because they got cut 17 million.
Well,
The
California is almost broke. You know that.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, but I mean, with all the funding that they had, like every year they get funding because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but yeah, so the mayor cut 17 million from the fire department and the PD, to do the other social issue,
Corleone fam, thank you for coming through. Go
to
ahead,
fund the
brother.
migrants and the homeless and stuff like that. So they got cut. So a lot of engines are not fit for service because they don't have the money to keep them maintained. B, the water supply. Apparently, there was like an act back in 2019 under when Trump was in office, trying to get Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom to sign, like, hey, we could use water resources from other places to help with the fire to keep the forest fires under control. And Gavin Newsom rejected it.
Okay, so I just want to interject on the water system. You got to put it from my perspective as a firefighter. That's a surprise that there was no water. But you got to remember when they're first fighting these fires, you have hundreds of buildings on fire. You
Mm-hmm.
only have so much water. Okay, and that's where the comment came up. Well, they should pipe it in from the ocean, and that's not very productive as far as when you talk about the water grid stuff. So they only had a certain amount of water because this is outside the norm. People got to remember that.
Yeah.
Could they do something better? Yes, they probably could have. But to concentrate on the as far as the wildland fires and supply of the water, I know here in New York City gets the majority of their water from the Catskills and Adirondacks. There's a big pipe that you could fit my house inside it. It's that big as far as piping water down
Mm,
hundreds of miles from upstate down into to supply. And I think that's something that California, I'm just surprised they haven't even looked at that. to do that, because there's a lot of water that's being stopped, okay, without going any further into the issue that concerning that they should be able to, they should have pre-planned. I think it's going to come back to what you were saying, Brian, the pre-planning. They keep on saying this is what we're going to do, this is what to do. And they every year for like the last 10 years they're going to have wildland, or they're going to have wildland fires. The wildlands,
Yeah.
of course, they're going to catch on fire if they don't maintain them. And they need to get into this aspect of maybe trying to do some controlled burns, especially around residential areas. Get rid of all that excessive fire load that accumulates from the growth of the wildlife.
Yeah.
Let me jump in on this, please. Tabishka says we have dry reservoirs and they have fires monthly. Not acceptable. I agree. The reservoir.
I agree with that too. I'm not trying to diminish that and stuff like that, but I'm just saying the fire hydrants as a whole, they're only going to go for so long, and then they're going to go dry. And then if the power is down because there's such a wide area of destruction from the fire, they got to cut the power to keep people safe, and unless they have backup generators. So I would agree with that.
I'm reading. I put the
Are
news on.
we ready to do a couple of slides? Okay,
Hold
you
on.
tell me when. Because I got lots, and I got lots of cool subjects we can talk about that are football based, and I like talking about the fire, but it's also a little depressing, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're here for, it's good to recognize that, and I think that's what we're doing by talking about it.
I would rather talk about people living in the mirror of AI and pretending to look one way and not really looking that way. That it would be more interesting to me than
Can I host my show?
okay. Nope, but I would love to see more of these shots of you, sir. I think it shines a light on you I've never seen before. I love it.
Life as we know it under liberals have to check the daily win to see if you'll be fired. Hey, coach, I tell you what. Life as we live it under conservatives also gets this started. We'll never find out who did it. Don't try me, son. You know I'm ready for you. Anyway, we're going to get back to football. The Rams-Vikings game got moved to Arizona due to the fires.
No, that game right there, were the Rams going to play in the same state? Because the Chargers played in the stadium that the Rams would have played in, right? They moved the game. Okay.
That's all. They moved. Yeah. That's all I know. That's all I know. Plain and simple. People over there in that area, y'all be careful. Coachy, yeah, you probably would have water, but wait till it comes in your area, because don't get me started on you. The Wandering, is it the Wandering Aussie or the Wandering Australian, Rich?
It's the Wandering Aussie. Okay,
the Wandering Aussie. I appreciate you coming through. We're rolling, gentlemen. Let's go back to football if you do not mind.
Coachy Poo, we love you. Coachy Poo, just be who you are, and please come up. We would love to see you.
You're always requesting people to come up that don't come up. When I keep asking them if they come up for you, I'm on their cases. Trust me.
No, they don't know who you are anymore since we've seen these photos.
They don't know who you are because you ain't spaced out. What you got here, Mike? Let's go.
Thank you. Are we ready?
Yes.
Woohoo! All right, here we go. I want Brian to be on full alert. Brian, you ready? Are you ready, Brian?
Go for it.
It's all cheeseburgers and steaks. No, I'm only kidding. Are we ready?
I'm Ron St. Brown, just doing a stand.
This is exactly why they're winning this year. Do you know why? They're playful.
They're having fun.
They have so many weapons. I think they have the best offense in the league right now. I want people to debate that if they can.
You're having fun. You're supposed to, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have fun. And when you're having fun, everybody gels, everybody vibes, and you're in a rhythm.
They are the only team that have two receivers that have 1,000 yards plus two backs that have 1,000 yards. Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, wide receiver, tight end, running back.
Like what team has two running backs with 1,000 yards and two receivers with 1,000 yards? Now you see that with the Bengals, right? With T. Higgins and come on, Tony.
Toby asked me the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is in New Orleans, and It's February. What are you laughing about? Calm down.
Has nothing to do with the slide.
I'm reading the chat, which has nothing to do with what you're
Dude,
doing. Pay attention to people. What was your question?
what is the best defense and the best offense right now in the league that are currently in the playoffs that haven't been eliminated? I just said Detroit has the best offense. Probably the worst defense, by the way, because they're so battered. But offensively, I don't know if anybody can beat them. There's too many weapons.
The best defense is going to be the hardest question for me. It was going to be the Steelers, but they just lost.
How about Philly?
After yesterday, it looked like the Texans.
Brian?
Today, the best
Brian, what
offense.
do you think?
I think I'm gonna go with Buffalo with the best offense right now.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with that. I think I am.
You better put that on your pad there, Fireman Rich.
What's do we have a change?
No, we have a big change. Tony D just said the best offense in
Right now,
football
right now.
is the Buffalo Bills, and I said it's the Detroit Lions. So we better get our notes written.
Well, that's just with the offense and stuff. The Buffalo Bills, as far as that goes, today's game, that's one thing. The Broncos are a surprising team. That's who they're playing against in the playoffs. They got there behind a good defense, and they rush the passer. The defense they have a good defense, but they're up there in Orchard Park, and that's going to be a tough place to win a first playoff start for Denver away for Bo Nix. That's his first. This is his first playoff game. He's been impressive this season, but I think it's going to be a tough one to ask, especially where he's playing at. The Bills, they're going to take it. They're the favorite, but the Denver defense will keep them in the game, I think. But I think the offense of the Bills could overwhelm, and I'm hoping they do, because it's not a sure thing. And who do we have here from the Cleveland Browns?
That is Myles Garrett.
He's been requesting for a while in secret, and now it's starting to go public. He wants, because he's getting near the end of his career, he wants an opportunity to maybe have a chance to win a ring.
He could come to Houston.
Okay. That's why he went to Cleveland. They were supposed to have had one by now.
Okay, well, this is where we are, and he is a wonderful man. I don't know if you know that there's footage of him, when they're all mic'd up, and I can't remember, it was one of the, defensive players that I don't know his name, because he even said, I'm a nobody. He said, look, you're playing at a professional level. Your team is doing well. You're not a nobody. He said, I'd really like to have your jersey. You're kind of my hero. And he said, he put his arm around him and he said, I will gladly do that. Like, most professional athletes in the heat of the game would not do that.
You feel better?
No, I don't feel better. I think there's a lot of players out there.
Wait, he showed his gratitude.
That desperately need to find new homes because they've given up.
You say that every season.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Now yesterday, Glick brought up some stuff, and we were arguing about, teams that have quarterbacks that have never won. He's getting bored. He's eating.
No, I'm fine.
Josh Allen has yet to go to a Super Bowl game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marino never won.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes has won more than enough. How many did Peyton Manning win?
You got 2.
Fireman Rich?
Yeah, he got 2. He got one with Cleveland, one with Denver, I believe.
Yeah. And he played a long time, didn't he?
Yeah.
The normal for a quarterback. He had a normal, not Aaron Rodgers type career, but a normal quarterback's. I guess it became apparent he went out on a high note, and some people that still want to play, such as Aaron Rodgers.
Oh boy, here we go.
Like I said, they want to keep.
Here we go.
They had No, I
Here we
just
go.
yeah, that
We've
design,
awakened the beast.
yeah, I just saying.
Would you say
Well,
that
one of
Aaron
the,
Rodgers
I
is
would
your
say I
Achilles
say the
heel?
probably the great. I think Peyton Manning he's a great quarterback, but Dan Marino. I mean, he's a guy that he was just looking back on it. And I didn't realize this when I'm watching him to play, but here it is years later. I see some film clips of him.
Hmm.
He was a great quarterback for Miami.
He is one of the few that would make it this. He would still be able to play. He would still be able to play. So I like this here. We're looking at week 5. Back
Mhm.
in the day, the stardoms, the situms.
This past season, right?
Yeah, the season we're in right now. So in week 5, they were talking about basically sitting Achan. Achan is one of the most productive backs this year.
He has been
How
consistent. This is true.
right? So they also have at week 5, they've got Terry McLaren. Am I saying that
McLaurin.
right?
McLaurin.
Yeah, yeah. He is phenomenal
Yes, he
Oh
this
is.
yeah.
year,
Brian has
right?
been hopping on him for a couple of seasons. Brian, that's your man's right there. I ain't gonna lie.
hmm
Yeah.
Got him pretty heavy. That's good.
Now the
You know,
only
you know what his
person,
style. You know what his style of play is like.
No.
Um, shit. He's a Anquan Bolden.
Okay. Okay.
He's quiet. He don't talk much. He goes in there, puts in the work. I mean, he'll make the defender work.
So it's almost like Marvin Harrison too.
True.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Andre Johnson.
Right.
would the outcome you think, guys, been better yesterday if Justin Fields had played?
I don't know.
I
No, no, that Baltimore defense, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that front seven is it's a force.
no, they might have got another touchdown and stuff, but I think I think it was done as far as that goes. That Russell Wilson gave it his best, but it just you look at Watts. He didn't do anything. He had no numbers. You look at his numbers. I saw that. I don't know what they are exactly, but he was there, but he wasn't a factor at
Mhm.
all for the because it seems like you could see it on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense's faces. They were tired, literally tired.
They wore him out. Exactly.
God, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yesterday for Brian, I don't know if you know this now. CJ is now in a small pool of quarterbacks that don't choke. He proved that yesterday. He's probably increased the value of him now by about 100 million.
It
And
was
When
also,
crazy. They
and
called
also
him the
too,
fluke artist in the first half of the game. It was
and
swinging him.
also too, and also too, CJ Stroud added himself to a nice handful of guys that their first and second year gone to the playoffs.
What's up,
Yeah.
Blake?
Hold
There's
on-
a
hold
link
on
in
a
the
second.
chat if you want to come up. Coachy, if you want to come up, because I know you talk.
someone at the door.
No, probably it might Brian's door. Go ahead. We
Here's
got more
here
going on in real life than we do broadcast
here
laser.
here
I will
here
tell you.
here's the thing that's really scary, guys. Really scary. If you make one bad decision in your roster, it can
Yes.
absolutely kill your franchise. This guy's Achilles heel, he's basically his Achilles is blown again. Did you know that?
No, Deshaun Watson, yes.
Yes, it's blown again. So Trevor Lawrence, I pray to God, has not destroyed,
What?
Jacksonville. Like
He hasn't.
Jacksonville,
He hasn't.
you don't think so?
No.
Okay. The Buffalo Bills, let's be honest, just for a moment here. We got Fireman Rich here. We could use a top tier receiver. We need one. Now, I bet you Stefan Diggs would come back, but I think there'd be people in Buffalo that would shoot him.
Stefan Diggs is not. I would not consider the Buffalo fan as a top tier quarterback. He
You
was
mean
there. They
you
had
mean
they had major
wide receiver? You mean?
a wide receiver. They had major problems with him. He left. He was supposed to get better. Did he do any? Was he?
He got hurt.
I think no. Well, he was doing the same antics that he was doing in Buffalo, Mike.
I
So
know. I know.
maybe
And
it was a good thing that he did because I think he would have drawn the team down. I don't think he's that good of.
I think the team is got way less talent and yet 9 times the heart. They're kind of like the Grinch who stole Christmas. It's a beautiful thing.
We'll see today. As far as if I could just, I got a slide you might be interested in.
I love it. Jump
Yeah.
in.
If Tony could bring it up there, the 218 draft class will be the first to have 4 quarterbacks win a game in the single postseason.
Go.
Lamar has done that. Josh Allen is looking at doing that today, and probably this if Allen, Mayfield, and Donald, this will be an NFL record right here. 4 quarterbacks from the same draft class. And I was really surprised also that we talked about Baker Mayfield there. He's up there, and Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield, they're the sleeper. I think you look at the stats that he had.
You got no debate from me on that one. They are a great sleeper. I agree with you. Yes, yes.
The same thing with Sam Donald. Would he have? He didn't do great on the Jets, but he goes to another team that has the pieces that he can work with, and he just does phenomenal. Josh Allen just continues to get. He got better. He's better this year than he has in the last couple of years, and I think that's why they're poised. That any one of these quarterbacks will possibly win the Super Bowl.
Baker won't. Sam won't. Right now,
We'll see. That's what makes football interesting, Tony. That's
I
what
agree with you.
I love
I
football.
100% agree with you.
Do you know who's impressed me the most this year, guys, of quarterbacks that turned me right around?
Who?
Jared Goff. I cannot believe the improvement of him this year.
You want the answer to that? Do you
Go
want the
ahead.
answer to that?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even being funny.
Yeah.
Where's the swap?
What do you mean with
You remember who they
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So that's the system for the Lions. I will have to say that because I've known he was a decent quarterback. Him and Carson Wentz are both good quarterbacks that came in at the same time. It was a matter of what team they was on, what offense they were under. Goff was in the Rams with the Rams. Stafford was with the Lions. Stafford had all the numbers. Goff really did. When they swapped, look at the number swap.
But there's a swagger and confidence that he has now that
Because
he's not had.
Yes.
And he's running. And you know who else is running for the first time in his career? I think to the degree that he is Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is finding ways to get out of harm's way. He's been running.
He could always play. He didn't have
not to this level. Even his teammates are laughing.
I saw this in him when they drafted him. We were just waiting to see it get done.
I would agree.
Yes.
Now, do you have room there just to pop a slide up? This is a really good topic. And Brian is deep in the...
You come with a whole trapper keeper of slides. You do know that, right?
I'm ready.
You got to be old school to know what trapper keeper is, you youngsters. 25 cents of eyes. Thank you for being here. Keep going. Michael Irvin said the Bears already regret taking Caleb over Jada and likes it to 2017 when the Bears took. I'm gonna let y'all have this one.
What do you think? It's a good slide though, right? I think it's a good one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Go,
please.
Brian.
Go, Brian.
Michael Irving. I think whoever did his hair kind of twisted it too tight. First of all, you look at it, Caleb Williams is a very good, talented quarterback. He has shown that he can put up numbers. He has shown the man can play well. Now, the only issue is just that the coaching, the offensive coordinator, he's still trying to learn their playbook. If you watch Hard Knocks, it would explain what all he has to do with the playbook and working with the receivers and the whole offensive line. So there's your answer right there. Caleb Williams, I mean, he's a really good quarterback. You just give him time. I mean, plus this is his rookie year. Not all rookies shine on their first year. Not all. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. 2, now in regards to Jaden, yeah, I mean, look who he has. Look who he has coaching him. Look who his offensive coordinator is. I mean, and on top of that, on the first early going, yeah, they struggled a bit, but then after they started gelling, look what happened. I mean, they started gelling and boom, they're off to the races. So it takes time. Then on top of that, being the quarterback, you got to memorize a lot of plays.
Yes.
And then on top
Really
of that, you
key.
got to learn. And then on top of that, not and other than learning the plays, you also got to learn how to read defenses. And how to read defenses, you go straight to Peyton Manning when during the Pro Bowl, how he was coaching the quarterbacks and wide receivers, pointing out like if you see defensive lined up, you go here, you spot this. This is where you make the alternative. That is what made Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. So you give the guy some time, and let him learn and really really let it sink in. Caleb Williams, yeah, y'all diss on him now, but then all of a sudden, boom! Like wait till next year or year three. But Bears be like in the NFC Championship. Then what? I rest my case. I yield back.
What do you think of this slide, Brian and Fireman Rich?
That's good. That's very impressive. Good company.
Gino made the
Shows
list.
that Daniels. You look at Geno Smith 220. So it's 2 years. That shows the improvement of the quarterbacks of a quarterback compared to Tom Brady. There, that's you would figure there'd be quarterbacks, maybe the caliber of the quarterbacks from 2024 to 2022 wasn't really all that great because they're still, you know, coming out. The rookies coming out, they were like a dime a dozen and stuff like that, and they weren't really. Uh,
I think we had great rookie quarterbacks this year with Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and Drake
yeah,
May. Like
yeah,
this
it's
is a
exciting. Yeah, I think this has been the first year
in a
probably
long time.
since
Yeah.
Smith that we've had some really good rookie quarterbacks and stuff like that.
I want to show you why I think Tampa Bay is dangerous. They have the ability to beat anyone, including Philly. And Philly is no joke.
The only factor I would say, Michael, on this, you look at this was in Tampa Bay, so they're playing in Philly today. That could be
Right.
the difference.
Is Travis near the end, Brian? Do you think he's done after this year if they get the three-peat? If they win the three-peat, will he end it there? I would.
I would probably say so because he and his brother with their podcast are doing really well with
Yeah,
that. And then on top
I,
of
I
that,
agree. Yeah,
maybe he'll try to have a.
Acting? He wants to be an actor. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, I know Swifty has some connections. I mean, I'm
Here we
pretty sure
go.
that's going to
See, I
happen.
love it. There you go. Your Achilles heel is Aaron Rodgers. His is the Kardashians and Swifty. It's all good. It's all good.
And I'm going to say it again. Athletes, if you value your career, stay away from a Jenner and a
Yeah.
Kardashian. I have
Now,
some-
Something like that kills any chance of sponsorships from those directions, Brian. Just so you know.
I love history, guys. So we're going to week 4 here, and look at how much the world has
And the
changed.
Texans.
Huh?
I'm fucking with Brian right now. Go ahead.
But if you look at week 4, Nico Collins, right, was doing well. Justin Fields, Swift was doing well. The other Swifty, Baker Mayfield had a good start, but not a great start. And Jordan Love. Jordan Love is injured. I don't know if you guys know that he's having
I
problems with
think I
his
did
arm.
see something on that. I think I did see something on it.
And you kind of need your arm if you're a quarterback. I believe it's his throwing arm. Now this is
yeah.
great. I would love you guys to address
Yes,
this.
that is phenomenal. Yes, 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 yes.
Finally, he's with a team and an offense that he could actually work with.
Exactly. Because he was a decent quarterback when he got drafted. I thought he was going to be fine with the Jets. It did not work.
why couldn't Cousins work with this team though?
Cousins did work with the Vikings,
He
Rich.
did work.
I would say that Darnold has been a little bit more successful. I think though.
No.
Well, yeah, but
You don't think so?
the thing is, look, Darnold's a little bit cheaper.
Look
Sure, a
at
lot
the-
cheaper. A lot cheaper.
Look at the
Yeah,
history.
like a
Rich,
third.
talk about the past 3 seasons. You should see a similarity in what Cousins did and Darnold's doing right now. Because they were actually phenomenal about 2, 3 seasons ago. The Vikings were dangerous. Brian, remember we talked about that?
Yeah,
Demi
Yeah,
Ryan.
like I mean, they were solid force because they got all the way into like the NFC divisional
Thank you.
under Kirk Cousins.
So,
Yeah.
Rich, when you get a
If
chance to
if
look back at that,
if
you'll
you
see
want
how
a
much
true,
And then,
listen,
who
if
was
you got if
Who was Kirk Cousins' backup? Case Keenum.
Case Keenum,
is there
Brian.
a most improved award, guys, in the NFL? Is there a most improved player award in the NFL?
Not that I know
No,
of.
If there was, Sam Darnold was this year. I
Yeah.
think so.
I agree.
This year, yes. Now, 2 years,
And last year was Joe Flacco
and
coming off the couch.
the season before that was Geno Smith, in my opinion.
Okay.
Geno was a
Oh,
nasty.
and Drew Lock when
Shout out
Gino.
to Drew Lock. Watch out for him next season. I'm glad you said that. He may be he's doing good with the Giants right now. It's kind of quick.
Can
But I
you
think
read this, Tony, please? Or
someone said Anthony Richardson every play is literally Russian roulette of the greatest throw I've ever seen, or how the fuck did it do? Make the league.
yeah, but he was a project from the beginning, and
He
he's
was supposed to be
showing
successful. He was supposed to be injuries are taking him out.
and he's also showing that he doesn't want to put the work in.
I disagree.
No, was not showing up
Yeah,
for practices and a whole bunch of
in one game he tapped out during the game.
yeah.
Only tap
Oh,
that down
wow.
again.
Wow.
Now
Yes,
Tony
yes,
and I
indeed.
had an argument about this earlier in the year, and I said he is done. His legs are done. He is now really considering
Retirement.
retirement. His legs are done.
Okay. If that's true, then God knows he's damn near Hall of Fame already.
Yeah.
There are so many individuals that honestly thought the 49ers were going to do well this year. I
I,
knew last year that was done.
I was there last year. This year and last year, 49ers were number 2, if not number 1, NFC favorite.
And that was a painful game, the Super Bowl game. That was a god awful, painful, boring defensive chess match. It was the best game I've seen in a long time. And we were talking about this with Ted Hicks. Was Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great game. I know there was some weird ref calls and
I'm gonna
stuff.
take the Rams Bengals Super Bowl. We talked about that too. I liked
So-
what I saw from both teams, and they had each other's number. I would
Can
have
you-
loved to see a rematch of that.
Brian, you're good at reading. Brian, can you see?
Ooh.
Can you
Yeah, you
see?
caught that? Did you catch that? I got him.
Oh, okay. So let me turn on my Asian vision here.
Ooh. Do you need a bigger buddy? Do you want to just do random in here?
Who do you want me to read?
Anything. Just let's start. We're trying to stir a pot.
Hold on.
I would love to start with the. I think it's called the Jets. Speaking of coaching, Robert Saleh is not good enough coach. Maybe to what is
That's BS.
that is BS. He is
That's
a great
BS.
coach.
They love that dude.
Yeah, and that's where you can't always believe everything you read.
Just like all the Buffalo Bill players love their coach too.
Yes.
And you know why they love their coach so much? They have a great quarterback that has kept him employed. I love it.
They all have a good relationship.
I think he could keep anybody employed.
Yeah.
I think Bill Belichick would still be in the league if he had Josh as his quarterback. I think we'd be fine.
Belichick needed to retire. Everybody was tired of him.
Can someone read the Bears?
The Bears.
Bears
Go ahead.
Hey, Bills.
quietly an elite defense here in Chicago under the great Papa Ditka. Looking at their upcoming schedule, they could really be going 6-3 soon. Bears.
I'll be trying, y'all. I'll be trying. This is what the hell I got to deal with when the rest of y'all don't want
It's
to.
all about the Ditka, the Papa, and all the bratwursts you can eat.
I got to deal with. Jesus. 23 says I thank y'all for being here.
And
Mike, what else you got?
we still have the calendar of Brett Favre interceptions. Bears.
This is such a good topic.
He is
because
not a
they're gonna-
fluke. Brock Purdy is not a
They're gonna
fluke.
have to pay him.
He is not a fluke. I agree.
Fireman
He is
Rich,
not-
what do you think? I know you like him.
Who's that? The system
Purdy.
plays a part, but I don't think he's a fluke. I think he's a damn good quarterback. I think you watch out for San Francisco. They're a good team.
Yeah.
They just didn't gel as far as that goes, and I think they're one of the premier teams that next year they could be a factor if they. And plus, they had a number of injuries too, so I think that was a
Yeah.
major factor
Agreed.
as far
I
as that
agree.
goes.
I
So
agree.
I didn't realize how many. I kept on talking up San Francisco,
Hmm.
and halfway through the season, I said, "What's going on?" And then you enlightened me with the injuries, and I was like, "Oh my God, they do have just so." I think he's still a good quarterback.
Oh,
He's a
I
good,
think he's elite. I think he's top 10.
oh, he's
I
up. Yeah,
Yeah, he's top. I think he's like a top 10 quarterback. What do you think, Brian?
No, not right now. No.
oh no, but he has the potential of being one. He's just
He has
like
the potential of being one. I
Yes.
mean, he's pretty much starting out just like, like I said, you cannot spell believe without Eli.
So earlier this year, this matchup had already got together,
I've
and
spoken.
and this is the outcome. Brian, what are you saying with your smart ass comment there? What are you saying there, buddy?
Minnesota is a formidable force. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They're gelling on
Hmm.
all areas, offense, defense, and special teams.
what's
They
the
truly
status of
are.
Love?
They
Is
truly
Love
are.
because I know
Love will conquer all, Fireman Rich.
yeah I know, but their quarterback.
Okay. Oh, I sorry.
I think did you indicate that he has some injury?
He hurt his funny bone. No joke.
Okay.
He
Well,
hurt his elbow.
it's not
You,
funny at all.
that hurts.
Yeah,
We've all done that. And there is a quarterback
Yes.
named that. His name is Jalen. It's a good thing. I think this is a wonderful game today. I'm panic stricken about Buffalo.
I'm scared of this game.
Oh,
I'm scared
and
of
the
this
Buffalo
game.
game. If Buffalo
Yes.
goes out, I will be depressed.
The
I
I
Toronto
believe you.
Bills.
I felt so bad. Yes, exactly. I felt so bad yesterday for Brian to the point where I had to get off air and just cry in a rag by myself there because I felt the pain. I was channeling his inner soul. That the and I heard the F the whats and the he couldn't even look at the screen. He was just like, how did you throw that? And you could tell that he was on the field with him.
29 passing touchdowns this season, second most by any rookie in NFL history. That's Shemans.
I
Bo
appreciate your
Nix.
gratitude.
Mm,
You have my gratitude.
Two teams that did
years ago.
absolutely nothing this year. Isn't that sad? Right here.
Who? The
Did
49ers
nothing
and
this year.
Patriots?
They were laughing
Oh
stocks.
my gosh. What was the 49ers record? What was the 49ers record?
They
Somebody.
didn't make the playoffs, buddy.
One moment, please.
They didn't make the play. What was
One
their record?
moment, please.
You need to look at this. This is disturbing.
Not to me. I
This
love
is
it.
disturbing.
49ers were 6-11.
Thank you.
This
They did something
this
this year.
scares me
I
for the
can't do nothing.
Bills.
You should be scared. I hope the Ravens do it again. Nothing against the
You
Bills, but I
are
want the
a
Ravens in the Super
very,
Bowl.
very evil person when you say these things amongst
I
two
am.
people.
Tina, I need them tomatoes, Tina. I need the tomatoes. I need the tomatoes.
Get out the
I need
hip
the
boots. There
tomatoes.
you go, Tina.
All right,
They
here
got
we
the hip
go.
boots.
This is a subject that's near and dear to our friend. What the heck happened to Miami this year? And
Two is not 100%. Two is not 100%. That's it. He's been the factor for the past three, 4 seasons. Two are not on the
yeah,
field. They don't play right.
you know
Tell
you're
me I'm
right.
wrong.
When
I'm asking. Seriously,
no,
I'm
you're
asking.
right. So
Yeah. He's not on the
we
field. They
need
don't
to
play right.
address this. This really bothers me. Okay, through 4 games, they had literally
For those of you, wait. For those of you that don't know, this is Mike doing his spiritual side of football on other people's shows. I don't mind it because he's the man that brought him here, but he will be his
no, no,
hour,
no.
and then
This
he's
is
going to
really
go to work.
important. This is
It's
no,
always been
no,
important. You've been
no,
important for the
no,
past hour.
no.
Use your own
Listen,
show. You're going about as hard as
listen
Belshi
to
on
this. No,
MSNBC.
listen. This
Keep
is
going.
this is not nice. I want you to before you judge me, just let me have this slide, and then I'll let
Order
you
in the
do
court.
any slide you want after this. This is really important.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it
there you
on my
go.
own show. Thank you.
68% completion, 930 passing yards, 904. Right? 6 total TDs, 4 interceptions. Oh, by the way, our friend had 6, Mahomes, and a QB rating of 85.7. They were calling Jalen Hurts a bum and a turnover machine.
Does that look like absolute bullshit? What they just said compared to what you're showing on the screen?
No, no,
Exactly.
but that is crazy. That is
It is crazy. How do you call him a
they
bum
got
when
the
he got the
same numbers,
same
but
numbers as a
the
Super
other
Bowl?
guy is a magician.
And how can you call
Exactly.
him a bum when he's on a team that went 14-3 and they won division?
Right. And
Thank
how do you
you.
not let a guy put a
That's
slide up
that's like
because
you
it is in
calling
his
Josh
show at the
Allen a
time?
bum
Oh
there.
my God, man.
I don't buy that. I don't
And the,
buy
and the,
that.
and the reason why they call it a magician is because
I know
the
he's
ref
going somewhere bad.
the referees understood the
Referees,
assignment and they got
exactly.
and
Go,
they got their
Brian,
direct deposit.
Oh
go.
no.
That's what
They
We
got their
may
direct
have to
deposit.
mute this part of the program. Here
that's
we
what
go.
Click
Sorry,
was saying.
TikTok.
I will.
I'm not muting nothing. Hey, Rich, remember what
Yes.
was
Hang on.
said
I
yesterday
will send
about
Rich
him
my
marketing him?
evidence.
This is the whole thing. They want
They
Patrick Mahomes to
do.
Oh
be
yeah,
there.
they're grooming him
I
He's
don't
a
have a
steadily.
problem
poster
with that,
boy.
You know,
but
but
we
that's
are
the thing
not
of football
going
and
to
stuff
shit.
like that. So
We are not going to shit on the
no,
success of
no,
Jalen
No.
Hurts.
Hurts in the process.
Philly,
That's the whole
they're
point.
doing. They're gonna get. They're, we'll see what happens. The
Do you
playoffs.
know who did well this year and I expected too much of them?
But I
The
agree with you, Brian. Though it's just like you can bring, you got to factor in because you can't say any other quarterback has had some of the calls that Mahomes has had on the Chiefs this year.
Okay. We talked
Pretty
about this.
much.
I was
Yes, one
I
hundred
Oh, for
I
percent.
God's
think
sake.
we're going to give I have 5 slides with Aaron Rodgers. We're going to let Fireman Rich go, and then I've got 5 slides with the Swifties, and we're going to let Brian go. And I
Sure. That'll work. That'll work.
yes,
It's even
yeah.
playing field. I like that.
And
Yeah.
I even
That's
added a
even
couple
playing
of
field. Well done.
Kardashian
Well
ones,
done.
but go ahead. Fireman Rich, what do you think, buddy?
Disagree totally. If anything, Josh Allen made Stephon Diggs look like a good wide receiver because he had okay.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's I would say he was good back before last year, but he got a little
Brian,
bit too bold as far as that.
you okay
He's
over there,
sending me
Brian?
some info here.
Who is Autumn Stakiti? How you doing, Autumn? Thank you for coming through. That's
Thank
on
you
your side,
to
Rich.
the
Oh, on the YouTube,
49
let me check.
individuals that came through TikTok who do not like football. We appreciate you.
That's my evidence, Rich.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen that. I agree with you, Brian. I'm not disputing you. I'm in agreement with you. The same thing with what Glick was saying yesterday, as far as that goes. So, who's it?
I got you, Rich. Whenever
Yeah,
Mike
go
I'm
ahead.
done.
finishes,
That is
I
true.
see a slide over there.
Brandon
My
Aubrey
apologies.
has got a leg, and I will
Yes, he
tell you
does.
this wholeheartedly because Brandon Aubrey helped me win my nonsensical nonsense fantasy football championship league. Thank you.
Yeah, Autumn is not coming in on my YouTube. He must be coming on either yours or Mike. Yeah.
Mike's.
What? I have no idea.
You have an Autumn in your chat that
Oh,
says
oh,
hello.
hi. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Mike, bring that down for a second. I'm going to bring Rich up. I didn't realize
No,
he
that's
had this
just to
over
get
here.
to what the current status is right now. Brian's 2-0 right now, along with Tony. I'm surprised. You and Tina are 0-2.
Look at
Yeah,
why.
I know with the
Look what the
teams.
hell
Yeah,
they
you
did
picked
to
the
us. They took all the
yeah.
church's money when the Texans beat
So,
the Chargers. They took
But
everybody's
these
money
upcoming
on that
games, you're
game.
going to have, Denver and Buffalo. That should be a good game up there in Buffalo. Philly and Green Bay should be a good game. Washington at Tampa Bay and LA. And the scenario right now, if you look at the 2 wins so far yesterday, both.
Tony lost on both.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Tony, that's a bad day.
I'm looking at something else, Mike. It's going to be interesting to see. We had the 2 home teams win. How much of the home team
Mhm.
Yes.
factor? Okay, so that's what I'm
Yes.
looking at, along with the Bills winning this week, this afternoon, as far as these other teams. Well, LA, are they truly at home? It's sort of a neutral site, so I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But it's
I'm finding that in this broadcast, Fireman Rich,
yeah,
that
that's just
the
what.
home team is winning
Yeah.
because they're controlling the broadcast. Yeah, and we know who that is. That's Tony with his his
It's you when
his
you have yours too.
delusional,
So
AI photograph.
I get this from Mike every now and then. I got to do one of his numbers. I'm sorry. Okay, there he is.
That's Haps. That was Haps. Every show we've
Very
rushed
much.
and flushed me. There we go. That's
You're due for one a season. Ice Blue, thank you for coming through over there on TikTok. All right, what else we
Are you
got?
ready?
Yes.
Look at that. Na 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 na.
Yo, the beginning of the season, that's
That's
65 yards. You
insane.
can't. I said, Mike, you the man. I said, Mike, you the man because you talked about him last season. You said that. You said he was a
And
beast, and there's the proof.
yeah, that's the
65
funniest thing too.
yarder.
It's like I got him on both my ESPN leagues, and it was like boop.
You know what? I got to jump in on this one, y'all. The Jaguars have not won a game. Trevor Lawrence started since week 12 of last season. Why is that?
Because they're
Honest
broke.
question.
They lost 275 million trying to pay him. There you go. That's what happened.
What made
That's
them pay him?
ridiculous.
And then,
I mean,
no, they got a team. I don't
he's
know
got
why
a
they lose.
strong work ethic. That's the only thing I could say. It's like,
Aww.
Yeah, you said the same thing about Tim Tebow.
yeah,
Oh, that was low.
yeah, that would.
That was
the
low.
truth.
Fireman
It's the truth.
Rich, you
was
stick
true.
up for Tebow. This is bad.
I'm good with Tebow, but Brian was saying the same thing. He got a good work ethic.
Yeah,
Trevor
I
Lawrence is
think
decent
he's a
quarterback. I
decent
don't know why
quarterback. He
he
just
loses.
needs the pieces, like you were
But,
saying, Michael.
but yeah, he just
Doesn't
needs
have
the pieces because remember not too long ago, like 3 or 4 years ago,
Guys, he is not
Jaguars was a
worth.
force.
He's not worth one penny
Jaguars
more
was a
than.
force under Lawrence. So
I don't know why they're losing,
He's
Mike.
not
I'm
worth.
not gonna lie.
Listen,
I don't know
he
why
it's
is
the
they're
same
not
thing.
losing.
worth more than
It's the
150.
same thing.
Period.
It's the same thing with Joe Burrow. Like, what the hell is going on in Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's not Joe Burrow's fault. Come on,
Uh,
that's a big difference.
Still,
it's not Burrow's fault based on
This
the
was
show. Based on what we
disturbing,
saw
by
when
the
he was on
way.
the field compared to when he's injured, it's not his fault. I got to admit, I got to agree with that. Y'all need to give me a better quarterback.
Oh, and guess what? That quarterback is gone.
Yes, he is.
And
Hell of a
and
point,
he's
Mike.
with
Hell of
guess
a
who?
point.
He's with
Allen.
Minnesota.
Wow.
But he might flourish in Minnesota because
That's something I would see.
Timu Josh Allen.
Yeah,
You caught that,
Timu
right,
Josh
Brian?
Allen. I was like, ouch.
How long has this guy been in this? In the
he's a rookie.
He's
and
a rookie.
he
rookie
is-
should be saying that he should. Yeah,
no, he's got no class. But I'll tell you, he's got great numbers.
no. Well, he's a. I really like watching John.
I don't think you should watch this slide here. You might get too
Oh,
excited.
LeBron! Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something.
You know, Fireman Rich always
Who
feels like
cares
I'm.
what LeBron says?
Oh Jesus! Look at there. There's that Kardashian hatred
You are
everywhere.
such a
It's just one
hater.
athlete to another and stuff like that, Brian. That's how I'm looking.
You don't like politics. You don't like athletes. What are we going to do with you, bro?
He
No,
just- listen, he's
I
upset
don't give a
'cause
shit about. I don't give a shit about LeBron James.
You know what's scary is
We'll give you James Harden back. How about that? Will you
is
feel
I
better?
think the Chargers would have gave KC a harder battle than they did the Ravens with their system.
don't know.
It's pretty hard to beat the weapons of the Ravens and the Bills right now.
I tend to agree with you. This season is great for the Ravens. Shout out to Derrick Henry once a damn again. Did you see him yesterday? Did you see him yesterday? Derrick Henry was barreling through
stiff
people.
arming was great.
How much
Yes,
should they
it's
pay
true.
this guy? What do you think? If you were the owner, Brian,
Paying what
who would you
paid Trevor
pay?
Lawrence.
Who
Went to the
would you
Super
pay
Bowl.
and how much? What is he worth? What do you guys think he's worth? I think he should get a Baker deal. That's what I think he should get.
Well, he's already said he'll take a reduction. That's he wants.
Yeah, but the thing about it is Brock Purdy needs to be in commercials. He
He
does.
doesn't.
I've seen
Brock
it.
Purdy's making good money on merch. He is. You know
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, like Baker Mayfield's doing the progressive commercials or
Oh,
was.
Jesus Christ. There he goes again. He circles that goddamn wagon. He did that how many years ago? He's not doing that anymore.
He needs to do commercials. He needs to do a commercial on like an auto dealership like JJ Watt did with Ford.
I like
know?
you better when you do like James Brown interpretation. So, okay. There we Good God. Get on the good foot. The big payback. Okay. What do you think of this?
And the only
We got 8
reason,
minutes. We got 8 minutes.
7
We got
minutes.
7 minutes.
Seven.
We
the
got
only
7
reason
minutes.
Mahomes has the most is because of the people that are around him. Okay,
Ooh.
the caliber of players that the other two had been spotty at intervals in their careers.
But also, though,
Mhm.
also too, with Mahomes, you forget he has a evil mad scientist as
Yep.
his head coach and coordinator.
Yes, he does.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Good point, Brian.
Oh, Brian. See, I fell
Plus
in
the
love with
refs.
you
The refs
again.
come
I
into
fell
play
in love
maybe
with you again.
half a dozen of the games there too.
And plus, his commercials are funny.
Oh, shit. There. He just lost me.
I'm not liking his.
He just lost me. There we go.
With,
He just lost me. There you go.
what's his name?
We-
Yeah, I said it.
Week 4. Week 4. How much has it changed since week 4? Let's look here. What do you guys think? Mahomes number 1. Allen number 2. I think that's still real. Lamar number 3. Stafford is not number 4. Prescott. Who is that guy? Week 4. How the kingdom fell. I said clean house. After that, I was so disgusted with them last year. I was like, do you want to win a Super Bowl or do you want to sell merch? They wanted to sell merch. What do you guys think?
I mean, in Dallas's case, like I've said it numerous of times. Y'all just gotta like put away Jerry Jones. I mean, Jerry Jones is the reason why Dallas are in the way they are. They have talent. They have the squad. Mm-hmm. But if Jerry Jones would just shut up, stop micromanaging, and let the actual people do their job, Dallas can be back to where they are relevant again. What really shocks me though, as much as they like fail time after time again, how they still a topic like, oh well, the Cowboys could go to the Super Bowl. I don't understand that shit. But other than that, it's just Jerry Jones is the reason why Dallas won't make it back to the Super Bowl.
And listen, in what world is Jeff Goff not as good as Aaron Rodgers? Come on.
Jared.
Yeah, you got to remember that's week 4. So, but currently Goff should be up in the top 5.
And Cousins was still at 16. Where is he now?
Well, this is early in the season too. You got to remember that early in the season we were all talking, a lot.
But Sam Darnold at 18 at week 4, Minnesota was 3-0 or 4-0 at week 4. So how's Darnold at 18?
This blew me away. That's
San Francisco 49ers offense.
Holy crap. That is a weird stat.
Yeah.
That's the system quarterback, right?
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan, who was once the offensive coordinator to the Houston Texans when Houston Texans was doing really good with Gary Kubiak.
There you go.
And Kyle Shanahan when he was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons did so well that year too, where they went to the Super Bowl but lost under Kyle Shanahan.
And they blamed him for that loss.
Isn't it a shame that they couldn't?
We talk about this?
They couldn't afford him. They really didn't want to win. But we'll get Ezekiel Elliott.
You brought back Ezekiel Elliott. Like
why not?
That was a way.
Jesus, what was
Ezekiel Elliott's a tub of goo.
All right, I'm done.
No. Jerry Jones has the money. He could have got Derrick Henry, but they don't want to win.
Great show, guys. Great show.
Gentlemen, yeah, we're going to bring this down. Fireman Rich, ladies and gentlemen, check him out.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Brian.
See, Rich and I are thinking alike. Look at that. We're supporting our teams. Look at that.
Oh,
I like that. And you both have empty stadiums. It's a wonderful thing.
Brian, the original co-host, finally made it to the broadcast. Brian, I appreciate you. Mike, the broadcast overlord himself.
Thank you.
But you know what? I want to say this. I give him the leeway he gave me on karaoke.
Oh, Jesus
I just got to
Christ.
move back a
lying son of a...
So
don't
I just
want
to let you know your 20 hours is almost up. I just want to let you know your 20 hours is almost up.
Mike, I promise you, I didn't post those. They're not out there, Mike. Mike, no, don't worry.
I didn't post them.
They're everywhere.
I did. Did you hear that beat? Did you hear the beat, Brian? Did you hear the beat?
I heard his.
Did you hear the beat, Brian? You didn't hear it, did you? Who
Oh,
always tells you about to end the show?
Oh!
Who does it every time? Who does it every damn time?
Look, in unison too.
every time I try to leave, they bring me back.
So the show starts at 12, right?
Yes. Thank you for coming.
There you go. New York Jets senior fire football advisors.
Oh my.
I'm trying to stop before Glick comes on, and you come in right when he's supposed to go
He
live.
won't
Who's
mind.
going to
He
win
won't
today,
mind.
Ted? Who's going to win today? How about that?
Today. So today we have the Buffalo Bills will defeat the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Who else do we have? We have Philly and the Rams today.
Green Bay and Philly.
Green Bay and Philly.
That's a
Philly
great
will
game.
win today.
And
Who will?
Washington and Tampa Bay. You took Washington.
Yeah, Philly will win.
Uh-huh.
Washington will win.
Now,
And then-
why will Washington win? I'm curious.
I forgot who I picked.
I don't know.
I
I
got
just
it here, Mike. They're up.
I just like the quarterback, but you never know with Tampa and Baker Mayfield.
I'm kind of fond of him, but I'm also very fond of the Commanders.
Mike
They're
Evans.
oh, shut
Yeah.
up! Just
Brian,
shut it.
you picked Buffalo,
Yeah.
Philly, and Washington and Minnesota for the rest of the.
Yes. And I blew it on. I should have picked the Texans, but I don't know. I got caught up in.
He looked horrible most of the season. He was on fire in the playoffs.
Yes.
He looked like C.J. Stroud of last year. I was like, he's back. Look at him run. Oh my God. I was so happy for him. And then it looked like they were going to sack him. He throws the ball, and my God, the guy got it. I was like out of my mind. Who caught that ball, by the way? Was
Nico Collins.
Now
Nico
was
Collins.
Nico.
Nico Collins. Nico
James Brown
Collins.
is free. James Brown. Huh! Get on the good foot. There.
Yeah, but what was really funny though, Joe telling Ted, he's like, "I'm becoming a Jets fan now," and then you're like, and then Ted's like, "You really want this burden?"
Where is Aaron going? That's what I want to know. And is he going to retire? What do you guys think?
I say retire.
Cleveland. This is for you.
As long as he gets away from the Jets and the Jets can try and do something to move their.
How about the Steelers?
No.
Nah.
There's
Cleveland.
been rumors. There's been rumors.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's been
I-
rumors.
Did anybody say Las Vegas? Was Las Vegas possible?
No, they don't want him.
Okay.
You know why? He's too
I did
disruptive.
see.
Like
He's-
Stefan Diggs.
I think what you would do is him and Stephen Diggs should get together
Yeah,
and,
there
and,
you go.
and go to New England together and just completely destroy the whole, bring rise
I
of.
think New England's gonna go stick with their guy.
Oh
He's
yeah,
good.
they have
Drake May is good.
quarterback. They have a
They
Yeah.
are really good.
quarterback.
Even though he looks like a 15-year-old in
No,
the
but he can move the ball.
he's got an arm.
They've got two good quarterbacks up there.
Look at what Ted did. Ted, we love you, Ted. Ted, here's the thing. You came in at the right moment. This feels very deja vu. If you could, just for me, please.
Gratitude?
No. We could do that too. But if we could, let's just talk. We've been talking all show about Brock Purdy. What is he worth? That's a good question.
It's a really good question. And it depends. In what system are we talking about?
Mm.
Prayers for Tony.
What system are we talking about? In San Francisco system? Okay, we'll talk about San Francisco system. I don't know if he's worth the Baker Mayfield deal, but he's in for a huge payday because I think he makes $892,000 a year.
It's a lot of money. There's guys getting bonuses for one sack for that.
Ted, didn't he say he was taking a pay cut though?
Who?
There was rumors. There's rumors
I
that
don't know if that was rumors. I'll have to look that up.
Who?
He's
That
open.
Purdy's going to take a pay cut?
he's
He's
open
taking a
to
pay
it.
Yeah, he's
Well,
open to pay
not
cut.
of his existing deal because you
No, he
can't get
couldn't.
any lower than that.
No, he's not going to
But
get free hot dogs anymore.
okay.
I could
It's that
see,
it's that maneuvering around with the contract.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I could see like maybe a 3 for 85 or something like that.
Tony, should we go? Like, you don't look happy.
No, I'm just
You
watching news.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Ted, we talked about the fires. Is there anything fishy there going on in your estimation?
I don't know. It's. I mean, if we're talking about, we're not talking about at ground level. We're talking about high up with from the insurance company wise, from the local state officials, cutting budgets, or
Mm-hmm.
from which level? How granular are we going?
Yeah. Well, I have one question for you.
Hmm.
If your name is Tom Hanks and you're upset about Donald Trump getting in and you said you were going to move right away, leave the country and not come back, and
Hmm.
you didn't, and your house burnt down, is that a sign? I don't know. And then on top of it, CNN, if it's real, is saying he didn't renew his insurance.
That Tom Hanks didn't renew his insurance.
No, he forgot to. He probably
Oh,
has.
good thing you said that because a lot of insurance agencies kind of dropped some coverages.
Oh,
I
I
think
think it's going to get to a point where they're not going to cover California.
I don't know if it was
Um,
Brian or if it was Tony, but
Yeah,
one of them sent an image about today's game or no, tomorrow's game
yeah,
being in Arizona and about um, State Farm Insurance Field and everything else like that.
yeah,
About how ironic it is that they dropped so many people in LA, and that it's ironic that the game, which was supposed to be played in LA, is going to be played in Arizona at State Farm Insurance.
that's
yeah. So
bizarre.
so on
That's a
CBS
weird. You're right. That's a
on
weird.
CBS News thousands of Los Angeles homeowners were dropped by the insurers before the Palisades fire.
I'm just wondering how many State Farm commercials we'll see on that game there, Ted.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
The guy with the red shirt and the tan khakis and
So
appearing when there's a
you guys
problem.
don't know Canada very well, but I'm going to show you something that is happening in Canada, which is really interesting, and it's been going on now for about 5 years. In Quebec, they will not insure you if you live too close to the water sources.
Mm.
And it's because they constantly get flooded, and they're like,
Mhm.
no, if you want to be crazy enough to build, you are on your own. We're not insuring
Exactly.
you. So you can, hum and haw. It's a business. We're not taking the risk. And less people now have decided to build. The other thing you can do is you can build structures if you have enough money that will withstand fire, and they're way up in the air. It'd be a pain in the ass to get in your house, but I've never seen houses melt like that. That
Right.
is scary.
It's there's something because, and then from the point of the
What's up, Big
mayor,
Juice?
the mayor of Los Angeles, the former congresswoman,
Karen Bass,
yes, and then the governor, right? And
Gavin Newsom.
they defunded Gavin Newsom, and they defunded the fire department, and they defunded the necessities that you require. So it's just not the department, but let's just say the facilities budget to ensure that the equipment is serviced and stuff like that. I don't
Yes,
know.
and $17 million was cut from the fire department funding by the mayor. She wanted to go after 23 million, but she only got 17 million taken away. And on top of that, 2 million went to Gavin Newsom's hair products and bow tie.
I know we were going somewhere with this. I was waiting because he has this kind of before the build up with him. You
Where's
can
the
tell.
lie? Every time we see Gavin Newsom, he's like, "Hi, Hi, yes,
I just
yes.
want to say
You
one. I
can
want to
call
give
me
one
Matthew
reference.
McConaughey. Yes, yes.
I want to give one reference, and it's only going to hit Tony because Tony knows the specific area. So Tony, when I say it's like trying to get flood insurance over there, right off the Belt Parkway from South Conduit. If you lived in Rosedale, you can't get it. You can't get flood insurance over there. And guess what? Every time it rains really aggressively,
Traffic's right there. The
the
traffic's
floods are
right there.
right there.
Traffic is right there.
All right.
You ain't lying.
So are we gonna do gratitude and call it a day? I know.
I'm ready. I gotta go ahead and go. So Ted, I appreciate you popping up. Last minute ass. LMA, man, last minute
Hey,
madness.
Great show,
I
Tony. Great
started out
show,
with
are we
Tony.
doing anything for later?
what's up, Ted?
Yes, the cow.
Are we doing anything for later?
No.
Tony, you froze?
How many times you gonna ask me and don't show up? That's all I want to know.
And don't take a
That's
nap.
all I want to know. I don't mind the naps. I just
No,
want to
no,
know how
no,
many
no,
times you
no,
gonna ask me
no,
not
no.
show
Because
up.
last time
Good.
the wife
For
didn't.
those who
We
don't
didn't
know,
notify
for
him, and
those
then
who
the
don't
wife
know,
didn't wake
Ted
him
has
up.
been off schedule.
Listen, better,
He
better,
has been off
better to
schedule
show
since
up
the
than not
beginning of
show up at
last
all.
summer.
Thank you.
He has been off schedule since the beginning of last summer. I'm on this case. I'm on this case. I tell him the show's at 10:30, and then when I end at 12, what are you done already? Yeah, I'm done. You got to be kidding. No, I'm not kidding. What happened? I told you.
He's running late. He just posted up that he's coming on here about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So
I haven't seen
he's
him
got
pop up
the
yet.
pre-notice.
Gotcha. I got Rich shouted out already. Brian was here. Michael George Bathurst, hashtag shout out NGB. Y'all check him out all platforms. My man Ted Hicks over there. My man 50 Grand. Late Night Parents. Y'all check him out. Late Night Parents with Ted Hicks. I've been up there with him a lot. We all got a lot of broadcasting and live streaming and online
Tony,
hanging
let me know if you
outs.
want the outro music.
Not this episode, but thank you. I'm gonna drop this down. Get ready for what is it? Nonsensical nonsense. What is
Necessary
it? Roughness? Necessary roughness. Thank you, because I'm about to get drowsy. I know what's happening with me. Y'all take care. Maybe we'll be back tonight if Ted's available. We still
Tony,
waiting
don't
on
drive
JoJo.
if you're
We're gonna
drowsy.
see how it goes. I'm not driving. Trust me, I won't. I'm not driving. I'm in the house today. I might go out and get something to eat, and that's it. Appreciate everybody for coming through.
Rehab.
24 sets of
Rehab,
broadcast.
2+
Rehab. You did
touchdowns.
say that.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Rehab was in the house. Appreciate you.
Big
Appreciate
Juice.
Big Juice. Appreciate Tina. Appreciate Autumn. Appreciate Nonsensical Network. Appreciate the Wandering Australian or the Wandering Aussie. Want to
Wandering
those
off.
followers. Shout out to the
Mademoiselle.
Corleone fam. So Beach over there on TikTok. Sadie was in the
TikTok, thank
house.
you so much.
Coach Pooh was over there. Mr. Pharrell was over there. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I'm getting drowsy. I got to go. Y'all take care.
All right, that's the end of the show. Thank you for being here. We wish you only the best. Please like, share, and subscribe. That was the Bell Kings in association with the spiritual side